games. The only game show that's 3 dimensions away from Batman Arkham Knight being the best Batman game ever. I'm your host 3D Jake, and today we're looking at Batman Arkham Knight, released in 2015. Batman Arkham Knight is the final conclusion to the Rocksteady Batman trilogy. This game, this time around, is still once again developed by Rocksteady Studios and stars the late great Kevin Conroy once again in his third outing as Batman in this game series. Also returning as Mark Hamill as the Joker and Tara Strong as Harley Quinn. And this time around, John Noble replaces the previous actor as Scarecrow, and the guy from Breaking Bad who plays Gus's hitman, Jonathan Banks replaces the previous actor as Commissioner Gordon in this game. So there's a lot of changes in this game, and this is a lot. And I apologize if I'm talking low. It's just I have a lot of family over, so that's why I'm trying to be quiet for them. But in or out, this game, I was looking forward to this game. When I heard that they announced it, for truth, 100% honesty, I was like, we just got a Batman game. Do we really need another one? I was this look, I don't know if I really want another Batman game at the moment because I'm enjoying Arkham Origins. So, but I'm like, I'd like to have another one. So, of course, then they were like, it's coming out October 2014. And you're like, yeah. Then they're like, it's not coming out in October 2014. I'm like, no. So then I'm like, all right, you know what? They said it's coming out April 2015. And I'm like, righteous. Then they're like, May 2015. I'm like, all right, I get to ask for it. So I asked for it for my birthday. And so, of course, I get it for my birthday. But then they pushed it to June, so then I had to wait a whole another month just to get it. And so when I first got it, I got the giant $200 Batman statue and so that I just enjoyed. I couldn't wait. When I got home, I opened that box up. I put that statue out. I flipped through the scrapbook, read the comic it came with, the steel book it came with. It was just amazing. I was like, this. I was in heaven. I'm like, this is what I wanted. I was just so happy. I was smiling. I couldn't be happier. And then I played the game and I was loving it. But then after I played the game for a while, the story to me, I didn't care for because it wasn't because it wasn't written by Paul Dini. Paul Dini did not write this game. He wrote Arkham Asylum and he wrote Arkham City. He did not write this game. He had nothing to do with this game. This game was written by Rocksteady in-house. So the game is essentially the Scarecrow threatens to basically poison Gotham with gas, just like in Batman Begins. And basically Batman has to on his last night as Batman, has to stop the Scarecrow. And this time the Scarecrow is working with the Arkham Knight, a villain that's created specifically for the game that is not Red Hood at all. And basically is going to threaten Batman, and he's going to destroy Batman with the Scarecrow's militia. Because the Scarecrow has militias apparently. And so yeah, this is one of those games where it's like you got to suspend your disbelief, because I believe Hugo Strange is working with Tiger. Basically the guards, the Arkham City guards, which are called Tigers. I believe that. I believe that Ra's al Ghul is controlling this whole thing in Arkham City. I believe all that. I even believe in Arkham Origins that the Joker was pretending to be Black Mask and was controlling the whole situation on how to kill Batman, even though he's never met Batman. I believe all that. And I believe that the Joker also orchestrated Arkham Asylum. That actually seems most believable. Still, and also was able to get Bane's formula and become a giant Joker monster, then go back to normal. I believe all that. I had a hard time, though, believing that the Scarecrow, who is mostly almost like a nut job that has no sense of his surroundings, and has just basically been like this evil schemer that's just been like poisoning Batman and then gets knocked out by Batman in the last 2 Arkham games, or the last one. He wasn't in the second one. He had a cameo in the second one. But I had a hard time believing that this dude is a mastermind, and his mask looks completely different. He looks nothing like the Scarecrow we had in Arkham Asylum. So I was like, I had a hard time believing that. I was sitting there going this whole time like, that does not look like Scarecrow. It looks like either Killer Croc deformed his face when he bit him, or basically this is not the same Scarecrow, because this just does not look like him, doesn't sound like him. It just looks like a completely new person and I feel like they should have kept the original design some stuff. But I understand they tried to make it something scarier. Although, and everyone seems to prefer this new look over the last look. I kind of like the old one better. But you know what? I let that aside, because I did enjoy watching the gameplay for it. And I like this, and there are things I like about this game. I thought the gameplay was great. I love playing as the Batmobile. You get to turn into a tank / Batmobile. It kind of reminds you of the Tumbler from Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy. And so basically, I was going around destroying landmark, like destruction, not landmarks, but destroying like chairs and other things like walls, and you're destroying like all these like steps and all that stuff. It's just great, doing it. And then you get like these tank battles, which is really cool. The things I like about it, and I do like that. There's a lot you could do with the Batmobile. Like if you want to glide, or you can just use the Batmobile and just like go fast as you can. I also like how they have like other Batmobiles in the game that are designed to like, okay, they have the Rocksteady Batmobile, they have the Adam West Batmobile, they have this different. They also have DLC Batmobiles like the Michael Keaton one, which I use a lot, and the Christian Bale one, which I use a lot. And they have also the Ben Affleck one, which I used a lot whenever, because the Batman v Superman was coming out at the time, or was coming out 2 years later or whatever. So, but they had the new skins in, so people were using it like crazy. Like, oh, you get to play as Ben Affleck Batman, and you get to play as the new Batmobile. So I know a lot of people like that. I liked it too. Which they did not use his actual look from the movie. It was more like they used the concept art from the game. That's why it looks closer to the concept art than it does the actual film. But I really enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed this game. They're like the Arkham Knight. I did like that they had like a premises like the Arkham Knight. Like there's some bad guy. You don't know who this is. He just wants to kill Batman. I like his outfit. How it looked like a soldier's outfit, but then he had like a mask on that's like almost like reminds you of like it's electronic mask that has bat ears. It's almost like, oh, this person hates Batman. He's like almost like Batman Beyond, like almost like Flash, and there's Reverse Flash. He's like Reverse Batman, and I like that aspect of it. And it was really great. I did like that Scarecrow was control. It made him seem smarter than he was. I did like that aspect of it, even though I did not like his new look. I did like that he actually is more saner than he is now. I thought that was really clever. And the side missions are fantastic. I love the side missions, especially the DLC side missions. Like I love there are some side missions in the game like Professor Pig, who is like just a serial killer that you have to fight. He's messes these people up, and now they have like these masks on, and you have to fight them, and all their faces are really fucked up and everything. And he's almost like a serial killer that's like his face even looks like he almost looks like in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, like the bad guy in Guardians of his face, where his face, Professor Pig's face, is shaped like a pig and has his face split back like that, like her hideous. And I also like that you have the Joker, these like Harley Quinn poisonous drinks, just like in Batman '89. And these guys are like the talk show host and this comedian, this old man, all have Joker serum in them, and so they think they're the Joker, and then like they're all crazy, and like you have to stop them. And then on top of this old man who had no signs of being crazy turns out to be the true one who has the most Joker venom in him, and he just starts killing everyone, and he's just so nuts, and it just felt really great. I really enjoyed that. And Batman has the serum in him too, and just that to me, and also there's a scene in the that we have hallucinations as the Joker, so for Mark Hamill, and you have like jokes, a flashback of the Joker shooting Barbara from the Killing Joke where he shoots Barbara. That's in the game, and also you have him killing Jason Todd in the game. That to me I thought was really well done. I'm like, when he says, and the Joker says no spoilers, I'm like, that is amazing. I love that aspect of it in the game. And I really like the stag ship, how you can tilt the ship around trying to get these Easter eggs and stuff. And I do like at the end of the game how it all ends the series in a way where basically you like where Batman has to confront the Joker, confront the Scarecrow at Arkham Asylum and everything. I thought I like that aspect where it began in a way where it's like, oh my god, this is where it's going to end. And then he takes his mask and exposes himself as Bruce Wayne to the world. I thought that was pretty well done. I really thought, oh man, that's really well. And even it kind of leaves it where you could make another game if they wanted to. There's a great DLC side mission expansion if you bought the season pass called Batgirl Family Matters, where it's basically like Batgirl before she got paralyzed, and she has to take out. It's like a giant expansion that WB Games Montreal made, where you're flying around there, and basically like I think they did it as a favor to Rocksteady because they helped them design Arkham Origins, so this is like a favor to them. And so they're like, we'll do this expansion for you. And so basically, it's like a giant carnival. You glide around after you beat this little side mission thing, this little expansion. Then you can go glide around and beat up collect more Riddler trophies and stuff like that. And like there's also Harley Quinn and her court jester outfit, and the Joker wearing that top hat. And it's a great little side mission. I really enjoyed. I thought that was really well done. A lot of the side missions in the game are really good. I did not have a problem with side missions. Like, I thought these were pretty well done. I liked that, it was sometimes mess around the tank. And, the Riddler trophies I hated because I thought they were just all it was designed around the Batmobile. And that's somewhere some of my peeps come in. Like, for instance, I did not like, like that most of the game you have is combat with the Batmobile. Like, it feels like most of the missions and even the ending boss battles, are designed around the tank, the Batmobile. And I'm like, I want to focus on the story, don't focus on a new mechanic. That's what it felt like they're focusing more on that new mechanic of the Batmobile. Like almost everything in the game is designed around the Batmobile, and I kind of wish that they would have designed it less like the Batmobile and design. I'm even shocked that Scarecrow didn't even have his own tank, and I think he did. I'm recalling now, didn't the Scarecrow have his own tank? I'm pretty sure he did. I know Deathstroke did because out of nowhere, I love Deathstroke. I'm a huge Deathstroke fan. I love fighting him, and I even have him as my Xbox 360 avatar still. I like Deathstroke. I had him when I first got the PS4. I had Deathstroke as my, avatar, because from Arkham Knight. I like Deathstroke, but he just comes out of nowhere in this game in a tank. It's like, oh my god! If you thought the tank battle with Scarecrow was over, oh, you have not seen nothing yet. Again, I forget because it's been a while. I just started playing this game, but I've already beat it, and I wasn't gonna replay it again, so it took forever. But I was just remembering, like, am I forgetting that? Did Scarecrow was there a tank battle with Scarecrow? I'm sure there was. I know that there was a poisoned the city. Also, there's a Poison Ivy's in the game, and there is a good side mission with her. But like, really, I'm just like, am I forgetting something though? Am I forgetting something? Because I could have swore there was a side mission with Scarecrows in a tank. I could be wrong though. But like, seriously, I know Arkham Knight there was a side mission with him in the tank. And I just felt like that to me was stupid though. It's like there was a better side mission with Arkham Knight where he literally the snipers are on you. You have to sneak around using your glide and like take silent takedowns. Those I thought were much better done than what you're doing rather in the game. And also the Scarecrow wasn't there enough. It feels like he's just the side guest in his own story. Like it feels like they were trying to pull a Hugo Strange with him, but I feel like Hugo Strange was more presently there, even though he wasn't a lot. You didn't see him a lot in the game. He was presently there to where it felt like he was there when he needed to show up, and he wasn't there when he didn't need to be there. That's what I felt would work. Arkham Knight just feels like he was just there trying to be like the brute, the enforcer, even though it just didn't feel like as good. I kind of wish Deathstroke they just really use Deathstroke. Because it would have worked because Arkham Origins he's being recruited, so it could have worked in their favor. I'm just saying. Even though it wasn't developed in the same studio. Yeah, I mean, it's just Red Hood, basically. At the end, it's like, oh my god, it's Jason Todd. Oh wow, I'm like, shocking if you've never read a freaking comic book in your life, that's shocking to you. But like, I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's Jason Todd. Wow, what do you freaking do? I mean, why don't they just make him Red Hood? I mean, seriously, it's the same freaking argument. I mean, seriously, if we're not smart enough to realize that that's Red Hood, then okay. It'd be more shocking if it was Batgirl or if it was another Robin, like Jason Todd. Or not Jason Todd, but Tim Drake or Dick. If it was Dick Grayson, that would have made it more shocking than to me, like Jason Todd. Like, oh wow, Red Hood, who has his own history and a backstory, is actually the one. Oh wow, shocker. Also, the DLCs in the game, like there's DLCs, but like, I like that they added these expansions. But like, it feels like you had to pay like $50-$60 for these. And I'm like, this should not be $60-$60 for expansion. They should have done an expansion, and then like the costumes. I could see paying extra for the costumes, but like $50 for like you have to pay for extra stuff in the game. But yeah, that to me, and also the last mission should have ended at Arkham Asylum. Like I wish you could have went in Arkham Asylum and beat up, but I guess because they did Arkham Origins where it ended on Arkham Asylum, I guess they wanted to do it, be redundant to do it twice. But I think that's where it would have worked with Rocksteady because that's where they started. It should have ended it instead of just being like a cutscene. And it felt like most of it's just with boss tank battles. And also, you'll basically enter a full night protocol. You'll basically in the game, and it'll blow up you'll take off your mask, and then it'll be like, complete the whole game to get the rest of the sequence. And then once you collect all the Riddler trophies and beat all the side missions, then you get to do the whole thing over, that whole blow up the, bat signal thing over again. Then you just see a cutscene of Bruce Wayne blowing up his house, and then you see like a shadowy figure 6 months later, where it looks like Batman Beyond almost. It says Batman Arkham Knight. And I'm like, way to go, all the Riddler trophies for that little sequence? Are you serious? But yeah, the game is a really fun game. I really enjoy this game. I like to play the Batmobile, and I like playing as Michael Keaton Batman as a DLC, and I like having this lived in world. It's a really fun game. If I had to give this game a grade, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much.